NACAC 2022 brought to you from Houston. But Jeff Kallay, our next guest here, has been in so many cities, so I feel like I need to remind you that we are in Houston, Texas.
We are.
You were just telling me you went to 4 different cities just last week.
Just last week. I got home on Saturday of last week and then hopped on a plane Wednesday to come to the 4th largest city in the United States,
Love
Houston.
it. And tell our audience why you've been traveling around so much and what your
Sure.
consulting business entails.
I will do that, Yasmin. I have the greatest job on earth. I'm a campus visit consultant. I've been doing it for 16 years at Target X, Render Experiences R&L, and now Echo Delta. So I work with colleges. They hire my team and myself to make the campus visit better, but to make it strategic towards enrollment goals. So we audit the whole process. We make recommendations. We take a lot of campus tours. We also train tour guides and ambassadors to be master storytellers, to have fun, to deal with difficult questions that today's Gen X parents ask.
Yes.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's a whole other, like I love my generation, but we're horrible, terrible people on campus tours. And so it's a lot of fun. So I was at 4 campuses, Kent State, John Carroll, Binghamton, and Stevenson, all in 1 week. 4 clients in 3 states in 8 days.
And now you're in Houston,
I'm here.
Texas.
And I was to go to Spring Hill College in Mobile, but the hurricane next week. But the hurricane is rerouting that.
Well, I'm happy that you're here with us.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. So it sounds like schools are really focusing on that, you don't get a second chance to make a first impression.
That's it, right? And I think that we want it to be authentic and real and connect with best fit students and instead of trying to sway maybe some families that are on the end. So ideally for us, we want a family to get in the car and say, it's not for me, that's okay, right? Because going away to college is an intimate product choice. If you're going to live on campus, you live there, sleep there, eat there.
Right.
Right?
Other things.
Right, other and so I think ultimately students are looking for anthropologically their tribe, their posse, their people, because it's going to be 3 to 5 years of being part of a community. So we want to reveal that community to connect with best fit students.
So Jeff, I know obviously we were talking about the pandemic, the changes that we've all been seeing.
Yeah.
What do you think some of the biggest challenges you're seeing college face right now is? Some students are returning to campus and we're trying to get back to a new normal.
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, the pandemic just took it off a cliff, right? And campuses shut down and everyone went to remote events and virtual tours. And those were great, they served a purpose. This time last year when I started traveling again once I was vaccinated and campuses were reopening, Yasmin, everyone was super excited. But then Omicron lingered.
Yeah.
And mask mandates, and you're asking tour guides to police mask mandates, and well, we can't go inside of buildings. We know you want to see housing, but that's not really safe for our students. So what happened is the pandemic gutted some really great tour guide and ambassador programs just because of the anxiety, the stress. So one of the biggest challenges now, as families are coming back, the ability to recruit students to be tour guides and ambassadors is tough. Because of the great resignation, great reevaluation, I can work at a fast food joint off campus and make more money than being an ambassador. And with Generation Z, we have to pay them to be tour guides no matter the campus. We're past generations, millennials in particular, were so team oriented, they love their school.
Internships were not paid.
Right.
I will tell you that right
With
now.
Generation Z, big difference. So it's finding the budget to pay them, but also just finding students to be tour guides. So that's the biggest challenge. The families are coming at the school, but the schools haven't fully restarted back to that new normal. That answer the question?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And since you are traveling so much and that really takes up, I'm imagining, a lot of the time.
But I tour colleges for a living.
That's true.
I mean, that's a charm life.
It's a good life.
Campuses are park-like, tour guides are the best and brightest, and admissions people, all the ones here in
Pretty
NACAC,
friendly.
are the greatest people on earth. So I just had to
No,
make
that's
that,
totally
right?
fair. But I mean, I think that kind of leads into what I wanted to know is why did you add an extra trip to your already busy schedule to be here in Houston for NACAC?
Man, this is my if it had not been for the pandemic, this would be my 21st NACAC.
That's
I mean,
amazing.
I had to. These are my people. I learned so much. I get hugs from clients, which is great. They update me on great things. We talk about challenges. I see trends, what's happening, what technologies are coming out, hear from, and I'm the one, I love talking both the high school, because I learned so much about them since they're counseling students, how are campus tours going for them and their families, chatting with the admissions people. It's the highlight of my, it does come at a busy time when everyone's back to campus and I need to write client reports, but I missed the last 2 years tremendously. So it's a family reunion of sorts.
That's what we keep hearing, and I love, and it's infectious. It really, like, how
Admissions-
happy everybody is.
Admissions people on all sides, of the vendor side in the exhibit hall we're at, on the high school side and the counselors, they're just some of the best people in the world. It's why I left higher ed after being in admissions at my undergrad and worked in advertising or marketing and really missed higher ed and came back to it on the vendor side.
So I'm going to put you on the spot since you
Please
have
do.
such a good job touring the prettiest places in the country. What's your favorite campus?
Okay.
Favorite campus.
Man, you just...
Listen,
All right,
I want the real answers.
One of the things I train tour guides to do is clarify questions.
All right.
Right? Like, what's the party scene like? The very next question should be, well, can you define what party means for me? All right?
All right.
Okay, so let's define favorite. Favorite physical campus, favorite student body, favorite setting.
If you had to do it all over again, where are you going to college? Based on everything you know.
When my team and I debrief after we visit, we ask ourselves that question, right? Like, would 17-year-old you have gone to that school?
I like that
You
evaluation.
can come be a campus visit consultant with me. I mean, there are so many.
Just one. I want the one.
I can't.
You got to
it's a
send in the
Sophie's
application.
Choice. I know. I'm not answering the question. It's a Sophie's choice.
I'll answer it for you.
Right?
It's the University of Arizona. Bear down, Tucson.
You know,
There you go.
I also, it's how well has that client worked with me? How long have they been a client? You know, I'm just going to put our sponsors on the spot.
That's
and
fair.
I'll say long-term client, Ohio University, Athens, Ohio. Great students, beautiful campus, and good bagels, believe it or not, in downtown Athens, or uptown Athens.
That was a good consultant answer, my friend. Well done. Jeff, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you for having me, and thanks to NACAC for making this happen again.
I mean,
It was great.
everyone keeps saying we needed this, and so
Yeah, we did.
happy to
Lots
be
of
here.
hugs. Thank you, Yasmin, for having me.
It's a pleasure.